Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to another edition of Intuitive Angling, and really appreciate you guys watching today's video. Today, guys, it's October 1st as I film this video. We're going to be busting some myths about October fishing. I really specifically want to concentrate on what I consider the biggest myth in October fishing. We're going to get into that in today's video. Before we get started, guys, I just want to invite everybody to please check out our virtual lessons that we offer at Fish the Moment. If you guys have got anything you want to go over in fishing, lakes, techniques, whatever, you can book a virtual lesson with me through fishthemoment.com. I'll put the link in the description, and you can also get you some fall lake map breakdowns right there. So much appreciated with that. Okay, for the most part, guys, when we get into October like we are right now, you start to see some type of transition. People associate transitions as far as bass movement behavior in the month of October. But there is a myth to that a little bit, what I want to talk to, because the longer that we fish and the longer that bass fishing evolves, the more that we understand a lot of the things that we know about fishing simply are not true. And in my opinion, those things need to be found out by time on the water, and by dirt time on the water, not through technology. But the point of the matter, what I'm talking here, one of the biggest myths in October is that you have this big migration of fish back to the back of the creeks. Guys, I don't know if there's any bigger myth in bass fishing that all the fish move to the back of the creeks in the fall time of the year. That's simply not true. I've been catching fish all summer long in the back of the creeks. It's not like more fish are going to move back in there in October, because what I have found in my own bass fishing is that bass do not move. What are you doing there? You filming paper airplane?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll finish the video here. But one of the things that I have found more predominantly in the month of October, as far as where the fish are at, is there's a lot more fish on the main lake. So the biggest piece of advice I'm going to give you for October fishing, guys, is stay out of the back of the creeks and spend your time on the main lake. You're going to catch bigger fish and you're going to catch more fish, especially if you have the right mix of everything together. And that right mix is number one, that you got to have some type of a little bit cleaner water, because if you have some cleaner water environments, like say for example water visibility of over 3 or 4 feet, that opens up a lot of different techniques on the main lake. You might catch some fish out off the end of the points that are suspended 20 foot over 60 foot of water. You might catch some fish on those points that are on the bottom in 45 foot of water. You may catch one on a Zara spook up in 2 foot of water on the point early in the morning. If you have clear water, and if you have a mixed species lake, like if you have a lake that has a good mix of largemouth, spotted bass, and smallmouth, there's going to be bass all over that main lake in a lot of different depth zones out there. Far more fish than there are in the back of the creeks. So just sort of one of the things about that, and I think a lot of people, they sort of get sucked into that, is they hear videos or they read magazine articles or they hear pros talking about fish are doing certain things at certain times of the year. I have found more than not, guys, that's not true. The one thing that I know about bass fishing more than anything else is that you find the bass where they are. It doesn't matter what time of year you're talking about. Sometimes they're just where they shouldn't be, or they're not where they should be. There's so many. I'll give you guys a prime example of what I'm talking about. I fished what you would consider a fall pattern at Lake of the Ozarks last week, where I was fishing shallow cover, sort of in the back of coves and that type of stuff. And one of the things that I noticed all week long is when I got to a little area back in there, say there was a old rundown boat dock and there was like a brush pile next to the dock, and then there was some PVC piping, and there was some maybe a big piece of concrete. Say there's a lot of really good looking bass cover back there. I didn't hardly catch anything out of that type of cover. I caught more fish off of the bare nothing looking stuff that didn't look that great, and that doesn't really make sense. It's like, why would a bass not be in an area that has better cover and more cover over a piece of the same type of area there that doesn't have much cover in it? That's the point I'm trying to make about bass are where they're at. You can't overanalyze and you can't judge it too much with that. And I think that's one of the things that happened about fish, thinking fish are going to be in the back of the creeks. guys, are always in the back of the creeks. As long as that water temperature is over, that isn't frozen solid, you're going to have some fish in the back of the creeks 12 months out of the year. And I don't think just because it's October that you're having this big flux and big migration of more fish to the back of those creeks. It just doesn't happen like that. My advice for October, guys, and we're going to do quite a few videos about October fishing over this following week, is stay on the main lake. If you stay on the main lake and you figure out the type of structures those fish are on and the depth that they're using, once you get keyed into that, you're going to catch bigger fish and a lot more fish, and you're going to be able to duplicate it day after day after day, because there's more fish moving in and out of main lake areas than there are in the back of creeks. So anyway, I hope it helps out, guys. We'll talk later.